Welcome back, Arcadians. Alex here with another video. How you all doing, guys? And this week we've got another game room tour. This time we're going down to Somerset to see the TimeWarp arcade in Bridgewater. And it's run by a lovely guy called Stuart. I've never been to this arcade before, so I don't know what to expect. It's been established for quite a few years, so I'd be quite interested to see what cabs he's got. Also, he's got a few retro game shops as well, so if we've got time, we can go and have a look around at his shop as well. So, without further ado, guys, let's get on the road and go and see the TimeWarp arcade. Him up. Inland Revenue.
The check's in the post.
Hi, mate.
All
right, Alex, how are you?
Oh, let's shake your hand with that one. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
This is awesome. I've been so excited to come down here.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Been looking forward to meeting you. So
yeah.
Been a while. Brilliant.
We're not actually open today, are we?
No, this is a private session just for yourself.
Excellent. I feel very
so,
privileged.
come on in, help yourself.
Wow, look at this. We've got a bar straight away. No beer, just cans of Coke, soft drinks. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no beer yet. So.
Yeah. So how long have you been here, Stuart? You've been here a while.
We opened 8 years ago. 8 years in May
ago.
2014.
Wow, and you've gone through a lot of crisis, really,
We've
with
had
COVID and
yeah, a lot of
everything
things. Bad builders at the start. We had everything kind of went wrong from the beginning, but we kind of clung on and we're still here. So.
Wow, that's brilliant. It was so great to see a living arcade, totally devoted to sort of the retro arcade scene.
Yeah.
And obviously you've probably got a bit of modern stuff in here as well.
A couple, but it's mostly 80s and 90s. There's a few early 2000s, but yeah, the newest thing's the PlayStation 4 for the kids. That's it.
Yeah, okay. And you're open what, Friday and Saturday night?
Friday night, Saturday and Sunday daytimes.
Okay, brilliant. So, do you want to show me in? Where are we going to start?
Please do. Wherever you want, really. So we can start down the classic aisle. Obviously, games consoles. Yeah, that's more for the kids.
Wow. Yeah.
When we opened, it was going to be an adult-only venue, and it very quickly became apparent that we needed to be a family venue. So we had to
kind of people coming in here, chilling out. They've had a couple of drinks, they've played some games. They can just come sit down here, which is really nice to have, isn't it?
More often, it's the dads will go and play Golden Axe or something, and the kids will just come here and play FIFA because that's what the kids want to play half the time. So they're not interested in Gallagher and stuff. So.
No, it's great you've got that, a nice relaxing area.
Yeah.
I like the colour scheme in here. It's sort of a cross between Nintendo Red and Sega Blue.
Yeah, well, someone did say actually it was Sonic the Hedgehog Blue to me recently, and that's obviously the reason.
Also, we've got like an old-fashioned football table here.
Yeah,
I remember these back in the day.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get it. Somebody offered it to me cheap when we opened, and it's probably one of the most popular machines in here. It's always in use. Yeah, all ages, all mums, dads, kids.
Yeah,
absolutely popular.
It looks like an original one, like a proper old-fashioned one. Because they do modern ones of this, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know how old it is. It's an old one. We have to slide the coins in. It was set to old coinage when I got it, so it's reasonably old, I think.
Yeah.
So,
cool. Look. Oh my God, you've got an original Star Wars cockpit.
Sadly, broken at the moment. It spends more time broken than working. That's what I was warned before I bought it anyway.
It's a colour vector.
And it's the vector that's gone down on it. So I have got a tech guy that's actually looking at it right now for me. So
I was going to ask you about that. So you've got a tech guy fully employed here. You must have.
No, it's all it is myself and a friend of mine who come in like one evening a week. Myself and Luke, and then recently a freelance guy's offered his services, and he comes down every few weeks, picks up a few bits, takes them off. So I got 2 tech guys, but they are just part-time.
Right,
so okay. We don't get a lot of time. Most of our time is spent fixing, which is why some of the machines look a little bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, joysticks, monitors, PCBs. It's a constant upkeep. I mean, I've got 11 cabs, and I know how hard that is, but how many cabs have you actually got in here?
Running at the moment about 62, 65, somewhere around that mark.
Wow.
So
let's have a look at this Star Wars cockpit.
Yeah, it's
Wow, where did this one come from then, Stuart?
I found it on eBay just
Yeah.
before I opened it. It was the end of 2013,
Yeah.
and it popped up on eBay for 1,800, and at the time that sounded like the okay price. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's shot up now, and I just bought it straight away without even knowing how to get it. And I sent a courier to go and pick it up, and his van wasn't big enough, so he wrenched the roof off the cockpit and chucked it in the back of the van. It got wedged in behind the wheel arches. It was not good.
Unbelievable.
But,
So that was 2013?
that was 2013, yeah, because I started
Wow.
planning this years.
Just before the hobby started to
Yeah.
sort of get big and prices started to go through
Yeah,
the roof.
yeah. I mean, I was picking
Yeah.
up machines for next to nothing because that's
Yeah.
what they were selling for. A Golden Axe full cab was 100 quid.
Wow.
I was picking up Naomi's for sort of 200, 250 with a game in them.
Yeah. Well, working one of these now, I've seen go for about £4,000,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
even more.
Yeah, that's why.
And it is that iconic Star Wars cab that everyone remembers, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And
Straight
this is
after the movie, you go down the
Yeah,
arcades, get
yeah.
into this.
This is
and
some of my
act out
earliest-
your scene from Star Wars. isn't it?
100%. It's one of my earliest arcade memories was playing
Yeah.
this out and
Yeah.
about. And this was my Grail cab. So when this popped up just before I opened, it was a no-brainer.
Can you get mods for this to play the other games?
I
at all,
believe
do
you can. There's upgrade kits. I think there's other mods that they've made, aftermarket ones and that. But I've tried to keep this as close to
Original as
original as possible.
possible.
So it's original boards, original
Yeah.
monitors.
So I imagine this is quite popular in here, isn't it?
It is when it works. Yeah.
And here, this looks to me like a Streets Gallagher. Is that right?
I'm going to agree with you. I have no idea.
You've got no idea.
It was just offered to me a few
It's-
years back, and I just
Really?
picked it up. Yeah.
This is a beautiful cabaret version of Gallagher, which is what we saw a lot of over here in the UK. And I'm pretty damn certain that is a Streets Gallagher, which was a company that used to bang these out back in the day. I love it. I love that screen. What is that, 13-inch screen?
Possibly.
Yeah. Look at
I'm more of a user than an expert. I
Oh,
play
look
them,
at
I
that.
collect them, but
I love it.
my
love
tech
it.
guy would know all the details. But
That is beautiful.
it is one of my favourite
What a
cabs in here, definitely.
fantastic cab. I love that. It's the right size for kids as well, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Probably a little bit too small for me now, me being so tall, but back in the day, that would be a perfect size for kids, wouldn't it?
I have to fight not to take that home myself.
Yeah,
so it's,
no,
it is
don't
definitely
ever
one of
get
my
rid of
favourites.
And here we've got, looks like an Electrocoin play scene, is it? Is that right?
Yeah, play scene on that one, play
that's
scene special, yes.
So it looks like the MVS cab, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it set up to play MVS games? or?
It's just Jammer at the moment.
Just Jammer,
so it's just
okay.
a standard
So it's
Jammer.
got the layout here like an MVS cab, a Neo Geo MVS cab. It's Lord's Vale, which is the name actually for the Neo Geo one, which I've got. But I think that's an Electrocoin version, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. I may be wrong. Maybe that is a Lord's Vale. I don't know. You don't know either.
I don't know. I'm not the tech guy.
could be
I
wrong.
just collect them because I like
I
them.
think that's an Electrocoin, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's the Lord's Vale. And then we've got, well, what is this? This is a mishmash, hybrid Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man cab,
Yeah,
is that right?
it was a cab I picked up quite early on. Somebody just offered it to me, and it was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And it wasn't quite what I wanted, but
well, I mean, this is a proper seaside
it's
weirdo.
It's well, but I mean, it was covered in horrible stickers when I got it, and
Was
I
it?
peeled most of them off. And yeah, it was an absolute mess, but it works. There's a 60-in-1 in it.
Yeah.
It's,
I love the little Mr. Do character down here.
I left him on, but all the others were. It was quite horrible.
Oh, this just screams 80s sort of English seaside cabinet. You could probably even smell the seaside salt on
Quite
there,
possibly.
can't you?
There's probably still sand inside it. So
And then we've got an Electrocoin MIDI, which is what I've got at home. Is this just running Jammer as well?
this is again. These three are all multi-game boards.
All
just
multi-game
for
boards, yeah.
just to allow people a bit more choice.
Yeah,
They were
I
some of my
love
earliest
these.
machines.
Need to get a light fix in there, dude.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Saying that, it's
This one looks like it's got an LCD in it, is it?
yeah. Again, it's how it came to
Yeah.
me. These were some of the earliest machines I had. So
Yeah.
for personal use, I didn't really mind.
Yeah. And this is another one here, another Jammer cab.
Yeah.
So did you just pick all of these up sort of on eBay over the last...
A lot of the early ones were eBay. Quite often people knew I was into arcades anyway, so I had people coming to me, because we also run some computer game shops, and some people come to me and say, oh, I've got an arcade machine for sale, do you want to buy
run
it?
a computer game shop?
Yes, so we've got
Other games?
Basically, yeah, we've got 3 game shops called
awesome.
Insane Games, quick plug.
Locally?
Locally, yeah, they're all
right.
locally. One is
They're
actually in
open- they're open
Bridgewater.
today?
Yeah, they're open today, yeah.
awesome.
There's one around the corner, you can have a
right,
look at.
we're going to go there then.
We
as
can
well,
do,
definitely.
yeah. I can take you around there, see if we can say something.
More jammer cabs?
Yeah, just more random jammers again.
See, this I think is another Electricoin cab. It's got Lord's Vale on it, isn't it? No. It looks like a Electricoin. Typical sort of jammer cabs that you'd find in the seaside or fairground.
Yeah.
And then we've got a Blasteroids.
Yeah,
Where did you find this one?
That
Stuart?
was actually for sale at Play Leisure in Dunkerswell.
Oh, okay.
It's a machine I've always wanted. I used to see it in the arcades when I was a kid, but it was always 30p a go, and I could never afford that.
Yeah.
So when I saw this pop up last year, it was on my wanted list.
So this is the sequel to Asteroids, isn't
It's
it?
technically the 4th sequel, yes.
fourth
Or the,
sequel, 'cause you had
or the
Deluxe.
4th one in the series. Yeah, I think it's the 3rd sequel, the 4th game in the series. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do you know, I've never really put enough time into it. I've seen it at the
No.
arcade club,
It's really
and other
hard.
places. It's hard,
It's
isn't it?
frustratingly hard. Yeah,
it?
I haven't got past the first set of levels yet.
Oh, look, we've got a Dig Dug. He's out of order.
Sadly, yeah.
Oh, no.
RAM chips keep blowing in it. Every time we replace them,
So
they
this
seem
is
to
the
go again.
Euro Dig Dug, which my friend Victor Marlon used to own.
Oh, right. Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still got it, but it's one of his favourite games.
Yeah.
Lovely little cab, lovely artwork. It's a cool little game as well. Very similar to sort of Mr. Do, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Pengu, now that isn't a very extremely rare cab. Don't see
right.
many of them around at all. Yeah, where did you find this one?
Well, the Pengo, the Commando, and the Dig Dug,
Yeah.
all here in the corner, came from the chaps that used to own Arcade Barn, which
so
was
I know who used to own this then. This
Yeah,
was
you-
Aaron.
Yeah, it was indeed. It was Aaron's. Yeah, yeah. So,
Aaron's, yeah, because he was the only person in the country that had one at the
oh,
time.
excellent. Yeah, no.
So I did think straight away, Aaron.
Yeah, he had these in his garage, and it was like, oh, I want to get rid of them. And I'm
Yeah.
quite friendly with Aaron and some of the guys that used to do Arcade
Yeah,
Barn.
so you used to go to the arcade barn,
I
did you?
didn't, no. I moved to Exeter in about 2010, even though I used to work and live in Bridgewater.
Yeah.
And when I moved there, a friend of mine said, oh, no way, you're so close to Arcade Barn. And I was like, what's Arcade Barn?
Yeah.
And I'd already wanted to set up an arcade. And when I looked online and found out what Arcade Barn was, and it was like a single entry fee, it was like, oh, that's so obvious. Why
Yes.
didn't I think of that
Yeah.
before? And that's how this became
right,
a reality.
okay.
So,
See, that's when I first got into the hobby, going down to the arcade bar.
Yeah.
That's how I met Sean and Aaron and all
Yes,
those
yeah.
guys. I saw it advertised in Retro Gamer,
right, yeah.
and they had a little open day. So I thought, I've got to go down. And these are my type of people, you know. And
Yeah,
it was the first
yeah,
time I met Muddy Music, Ollie,
Yes, yeah.
and a few of the other guys, you know.
Yeah. Well, TB2000, Tony, he's the one
Yeah.
that does most of my monitor
Yeah,
repairs
it was
for
just
me.
it was a great little place, and
Yeah.
the community was quite small then.
Exactly,
know.
it just wasn't a big thing. And
No.
unfortunately, work commitments meant I couldn't visit it when it was open,
Yeah.
and then sadly they closed down.
Yeah, so I had a Fast Freddy out of the arcade barn.
nice.
Do you remember that? That was owned by Sean.
I don't know.
Very
I'm
rare
aware of it, but I've never
Atari
seen it or
Fast
played
Freddy.
it. So yeah.
Great music, terrible game. But I had a soft spot for it, and this is beautiful, mate. This is all original. This
It's
Commando.
all original, yeah,
Wow.
inside and out.
That is cool. Classic, iconic 80s arcade game. It's a massive cab, isn't it?
They are big cabs, yeah.
Yeah, massive cab. That's awesome. And then we've got, what is this, a Nomi DX Universal Cabinet?
Yeah, yeah. Ignore the screen; that is only temporary.
Is it?
The big CRT blue.
And what
I
have you
think
got running in there?
It's Project Justice, Rival Schools 2.
Okay. Did that come
I
out on the
think.
console?
It was a Dreamcast game, I think.
Dreamcast,
Yeah,
thought
came out
so,
on
yeah.
Dreamcast,
So is that sort of Dreamcast hardware in
It
there?
is the same hardware, more or less. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool, I bet that's popular, isn't it? All these
It is a
fighting
popular
games
one,
are
yeah,
always quite
yeah,
popular. And then behind you, we've got a lovely little electric. Is that an electric coin? It looks like an electric coin. It's had new T-moulding.
It's been completely rebuilt.
That looks like
one, yeah.
a Vertvic control panel.
Funny story behind that. I bought this off of a guy on eBay in Gloucester, Gloucestershire, and he actually, when I bought it, he actually drove it down and hand delivered it and everything. It was a really nice chap.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years ago, when Vertvic came down here,
Yeah.
he turned around and says, "Hang on a minute,
That's
this
it.
looks familiar." He says, "I'm sure this used to be mine. I sold this to a guy in Gloucestershire." And it's like, I bought it from a guy in
That
Gloucestershire.
is
So
unbelievable. That
yeah.
I recognise that's Vertvic's handiwork. I recognise because that's a sort of control panel. You used
Yeah.
to like that kind of black kind of, I don't know what you call
Yeah.
it. It looks textured, but it's not. Yeah, that's
yeah, no,
definitely
he
Vertvic
recognised.
cab, that one.
He definitely recognised his own work. So yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's funny that it's in here. I see when I go to the arcade club, I see a lot of my old cabs up there. You know.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So just noticed a
this one,
screen on that one. It's not Radmobile, ignore that. It's Milli Miglia 2.
Oh, okay.
I have,
that's an MVS game, Neo Geo game, isn't it?
it may be, but this is running on an actual PCB.
Oh, okay.
So I have been looking for a Radmobile, but as yet haven't found an original board to put in it. So
yeah, you've got a good layout here, Stuart. Nice sort of revolving around the room.
Yeah, we tried to make it.
Takes you around, doesn't it?
That one, sadly, monitor's just gone down on that, so that's just gone off to
the artwork.
Tony.
On that is mad.
Oh, ignore the.
It's covered top to toe in artwork, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
Really cool. Look at the control panel, guys. Awesome. It's not a bad game, that. I've had a few of my mates have that in their collection, and they kind of get bored of it after a while, but it's great for the arcade.
Yeah, just have a couple goes here and there.
Yeah. We've got some Royal Star Jammer cabs here. Nice. We've got what's in there, Puzzle Bobble.
Yeah.
And what's that one in there? Art of Fighting.
I think it's actually a four-star Neo Geo in this one. So yeah, got Last Resort in this one.
Good game.
Trying to remember what's in this one. Street Hoops, I think, was one of them.
Windjammers.
There's Straight Hoops. I haven't got Windjammers yet. Yeah. And then the football game. Oh, my brain isn't working today.
Don't know. I haven't seen that one.
It's the football. That's it.
Soccer Brawl. Okay.
It's football, but you can beat each other up while you're doing
it.
So
we've missed any out here. What we've got here? We've got a couple of Silver Strike bowling.
Yeah, very popular.
Golden Sea.
Yeah, the Silver Strike's very popular.
Because they were everywhere. They were in all the pubs.
Yeah.
And people just used to play them, didn't they, in all the pubs.
What our idea was when we opened is we wanted to get as big a variety as possible, and not just the stuff you see in all the arcades, not just stuff you can play at home, but we wanted things that you didn't see everywhere else.
Yeah, because everybody's tastes are different in games as well.
Yeah, we wanted the crowd pleasers.
I don't always like some gun games.
Yeah.
There's only certain driving games that I like, you know, and not all the classic games of that era I like as well, you know. So you've got to suit everyone.
You've got to, as wide appeal as possible.
Have a few of the classic, iconic games, and then a few obscurities as well, just to make you a bit different than anybody else.
Exactly, that's what I tried to do for some of them.
Virtual Cop, huge cabinet, aren't they? Huge cabinet. Area
51, Site 4, the sequel.
Yeah, they're always popular, aren't they, the gun games?
Gun games always are, yeah.
Oh, I've got to have a go on this later, Manx TT, I remember this. I can't remember what year this came out now, do you?
About 95-ish, mid-90s.
Yeah, so it's a long way off Super Hang-On.
Yeah, which I actually have ready to go on the floor in about 2 weeks' time.
A Super Hang-On?
A Super Hang-On, yeah.
What, the sit-down one?
Sadly, I need the stand-up one. But, it's actually hidden in behind some of the machines at the moment.
I love it. You need to get Smarty's. He's done a board, like a multi-board. So you can play Hang-On, Super Hang-On.
Oh, nice.
And there's another version of it as well that he's got on it. Just to replace the original board if it breaks down. It's got custom chips on it and stuff like that. So. Lethal Enforcers and Fatal Judgment, never heard of that one. More shooting games. Lethal Enforcers is a good one. Remember that back in the day. That's late 80s, isn't it? Is it late 80s?
thought it was early 90s, I could be
wrong. 92,
92, yeah.
92, yeah, of course it is. It came out with the Super Nintendo.
Yes, yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, that's great, isn't it? I'd love to have a full-size driving game in my arcade.
They just take out so much space.
Yeah.
So.
This looks like an old one. Which one's this?
That is, again, just a random pickup. Back in the days when machines were cheaper. I've just spotted the monitor, so I need to fix that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Overdrive, it's kind of got a bit of a hang-on vibe to it.
Yeah.
But without having the choice of direction, you just follow one route.
Right, okay.
Again, it was just when sort of shortly after opening, it was on eBay.
Nice Konami cab. Cool artwork on the side. Yeah, and then we've got Fighting Mania. What is that?
Very popular one.
Stick your head in there or something,
no, the actual pads pop out and you have to hit the pads when the lights shine up on them.
They flip out.
They actually
like
flip
this.
out and you've got to punch them.
Okay.
It's about speed, not power, which some people hit it as hard as they can, which doesn't do it much good. But the game's based on the Fist of the North Star anime. So yeah, you're actually playing a story of Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another punching game very similar to that. It came out with Super Nintendo as well. I can't remember it now. But it was like a punching pad game, which was pretty cool. And then, we've got a weird bunch of cabs here, mate. I've never seen before. Namco Air Combat. Is that like a flight sim?
Yeah, it's Air Combat, the same thing that came out on the PlayStation back in the early PlayStation days.
Okay. So that's sort of late 90s then, isn't it, that one? No, 92?
Yeah, I think early 90s, yeah.
Early 90s, yeah. And a Rolling Extreme, what sort of games is that?
That one is like a downhill, like a luge game where you're on like a skateboard type thing and you have to go down the hill as fast as you can. You can punch the other players while they're going down it.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, the game board's gone a bit iffy.
Yeah.
So trying to
do you travel far for these cabs? Like when they pop up, do you just look on eBay, Facebook Marketplace?
If they're local, I'll try and get a van and pick them up myself. If they're too far away, then we normally hire Retro Logistics. He's usually pretty good. So
cool. They're quite big. I've never seen one of these in real life. I've always seen them pop up now and again. I've got to have a go on this later. This is
I'll put the pedal back on. Yeah, the pedal keeps falling off.
It's Namco.
Yeah, one of the Namco ones.
Yeah. Where did you find that?
Again, eBay. It is one we bought before we opened, and it was down Cornwall way somewhere. Funny story, we actually hired a van, a friend of mine hired a van, a big sort of tail lift one, to go and pick these two up and a load of other machines. We did a bit of a tour of the southwest picking up machines. And it was when we had the really big storms at the sort of end of '93, end of 2013, beginning of 14, and the van was kind of rocking like that as we were driving.
Oh, was
and it was quite scary.
It looks really heavy. It looks a little bit like Pilot Wings. Some of the levels on Pilot Wings.
Yeah. You just got to pedal as fast as you can and pop all the balloons and.
Right, I'm going to have a go on that later because I've never played this before. Now, what is this? I've never seen this before. A Sega Club Kart.
Yeah, another.
So it's like a Mario Kart.
No, it's a serious go-karting game.
Right. That looks awesome. It's a proper kart. You've got a proper
you have to
kart
sit in the
there.
kart. Yeah, it's not brilliant for the really big people.
Yeah. What you mean? What are you saying? I won't.
No, you'll be fine. No, we've had a few customers that have got stuck.
Oh really? Oh, that's cool. Again, they're huge machines, aren't they? Got another little jammer cab there, Virtual Striker, Golden Axe, 2-player, Willow. Is that Willow?
It's not Willow, it's Dynablast at the moment. I forgot to change the marquee.
These are massive cabs you've got in here, Stuart. Look at these. Outrunners, Sega Outrunners, which I don't think I've ever played before. That is cool. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before.
Again, it's one I played back in my early teens, I think. I remember going on holiday with a friend and we played it loads in a local arcade.
Yeah.
Never as popular as the original, though.
Well, people always go back to the original, don't they? Because of the music, the nostalgia, but, you know, it probably is quite a good game, isn't it?
It is, actually, I really like it, yeah. I personally prefer it just because it feels a bit more modern, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that.
Yeah. X-Men. These are always popular now.
Yeah.
And they're getting more popular because, you know, people of that era get into arcades.
Yeah.
I've seen these going up in price quite a lot.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
It's massive. It's cool. And we got Field Drive 2. Tell us a bit about this one, Stuart. Any stories behind these?
This one is technically on loan. It actually belongs to my tech guy.
Oh, okay.
He found it online somewhere as a non-worker. He pulled it out of his own money. He got it working out of his own money, and then just let it sort of stay here for people to use. I pay for the maintenance on it now when it needs anything because we're using it.
So he's storing his cab here
he's
as well.
He's using it as storage for his cab, technically. Yes, yeah. So yeah, almost all the cabs in here are actually our own, but there's 4 in total that are on loan.
Right.
But 2 of them aren't working, so you won't see them anyway. So
this one's not working?
no, it just blew this morning. The power supply went on it, so
that's a shame.
yeah, it tripped everything when I turned everything on.
Rave Racer. So what type of game is this? It's just another driving game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the classic 90s driving game.
They certainly made some big games, didn't they? And on this
They
side,
did.
I mean, what the hell is this? This is massive.
These ones, again, these were bought early on. They were from Videotronics, Mo Patel, up in Bradford.
They're massive, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Neo Geo NVS system, I've never seen one that big. It's crazy.
Yeah, look, when I was setting up, again, machines, because it was a very different industry then, even it was only sort of 8-9 years ago. I was just buying whatever I could find.
Whatever you could find.
And yeah, so I have a real mishmash of stuff in here.
But it works though, doesn't it? It really does work.
I do like the arcade club style where you've got like 20 cabs in a row that all look the same, all the same profile. It looks really nice. Ours is a little bit higgledy-piggledy,
But that's how arcades were back in the day.
Yeah, I guess so.
I do love the arcade club when you go in there and you've got those Electrocoin Goliaths.
That's exactly.
I mean,
so jealous
an incredible
of that.
sight.
It is beautiful.
But it just means none of us can have any.
No, exactly. He keeps pinching them all. I'm sure he does.
He's pinched them all. But this is how I remember sort of like a lot of the arcades back on the seaside, and the one in London. What was the one in London called now? It was in the
Soho,
Trocadero.
Las Vegas,
There was one in Soho as well. It was just a total mishmash of cabs.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah. Raven Fighters, that's a brilliant game. Love that game. This is an Electricoin Xenon.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 Xenons. And this is a Goliath.
Goliath, yeah.
Yeah, which is probably my favourite as well as the middies. I just love the shape of it.
Yeah, yeah. This is what I remember playing a lot of the time. I used to go sort of Western was my main haunt when I was old enough to go on my own. And you see a lot of those in there.
Yeah.
So.
I love the shape. I love the design of it. Just an awesome cab. Bloody heavy though, the Goliaths. And these, well, they're just sort of generic sort of fighting cabs, are they really?
Yeah, yeah. Again, a couple more that were picked up from Videotronics back in the day.
Yeah. And then we've got Sega Naomi with Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, yeah.
Classic game. And another Jammer cab with some sort of boxing game in there.
Yeah, final. I've got 2: Final Round and Final something else. I can't remember which one it is. So, I'm not a fan of the sports one, so I don't really play that one.
Some of them are alright. I don't mind some of them. And then we've got an 18-wheeler as well. Have we missed that one out? What's this one here?
Yeah.
Oh, this is that Initial D? No, Sega Rally.
It's the remains of a Sega Rally. Some guy just turned up on the door one day and said, I've split up with the other half, I need to get rid of this fast, do you want to buy it? And it's an absolute wreck. You look at it, it's rusted out, it's covered in cigarette burns, it is absolutely horrible. It's many round the track, yeah. But he only wanted a couple £100 for it, and it worked. It needed a lot of servicing to get it usable. But
all the fags that have been on it, all the fags that have been burning the top here, look.
This one's definitely had a hard life.
It has, but it's cool though, isn't it? It's super cool. It's got history. The amount of people have sat in there and had enjoyment out of that game.
Yeah.
So, and had a fag on the go while they were playing. We've got air hockey.
Always a fan favourite.
Yeah. So. More Naomi cabs here. Virtual tennis. You've got a load at the back here, a load of cabs around the back.
Yeah, some projects, some non-workers and some breakdowns.
You've got an Operation Wolf hiding around there. Ninja Assault. Where have I seen that game before? Sure, maybe on a PlayStation.
Yeah, it was on
like
PlayStation 2, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, it's an amazing space, mate. Have we been down here?
Not
Dead
yet.
4. That's quite a recent one, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. That's probably one of the newest ones in here.
Yeah.
So.
Crisis Zone. Time Crisis 2. Aliens Extermination. That's quite a good game, actually. I don't mind that.
Yes.
But that's popular, isn't it?
That's until Time Crisis 2 came in. That was the most popular shooter in here.
Yeah.
Again, this is another one that was on my wanted list because I actually was on about sort of 10 years ago, whenever it was. I actually went to Weston-super-Mare Pier, played this for the first time the night it burnt down. So it's like, oh, it's a brilliant game. We'll go back and play it. And then the next morning, Weston Pier is gone. It's not there.
So when did the pier go then? Was that fair?
They've rebuilt it. So the frame was quite solid. Okay. So, but most of the inside was all wooden floors, wooden building.
Because I was there about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My first time in Weston-super-Mare, and I have to admit, it did look like it was a bit run down, to be honest with you.
What, the town or the pier?
Yeah, but was it was the seaside town to go to?
It was around here. It was the place to go. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. So it had a much more old-fashioned charm back in the day. Now it's very modern with go-kart racetracks and all the redemption machines. But back then, even though it was mostly fruit machines, they did still have quite a lot of games on there, and it was definitely the place to go.
I can imagine you still pick up a few cabs from that area, don't you? They still pop up.
Yeah. A few of these came from that area.
Yeah.
So.
And we've got Gunblade, Aliens 3, The Gun, and Ninja, Baseball, Batman. Wow, what a fantastic place, mate. It really is.
Thank you very much.
And you're thinking of moving it upstairs now, aren't you?
We're starting to renovate upstairs. It's actually bigger up there than it is down here because it goes all the way to the road over the neighbouring shops.
Right, okay.
And it's about another 5,000 square feet up there.
Wow.
So it's going to be half consoles. We're going to get a load more sort of small jammer cabs up there. And later on in the year, we're hoping to renovate the kitchen area. We'll get pizza ovens up there, we'll have a little cafe, lots of tabletops.
That's awesome.
Yeah, make it an all-in-one arcade experience.
It's brilliant, mate. Right, we'll sit down and have a drink, we'll have a little chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Thanks for showing us around.
Thank you very much.
So we are going upstairs to the future.
The future.
game room.
Yeah, level 2.
Level 2. Level 2 gaming. The next boss. Wow. You got your work cut out here, Stu.
Oh, you haven't seen it. You haven't seen half of it yet.
It's going to be amazing.
So this is the side that's almost ready.
Oh, wow. Man, this is going to be brilliant. Guys, look at the space that he's going to have.
So it is bigger than downstairs. So,
I hope the floorboards are okay.
yeah. It used to be a snooker club, and it had full-size snooker tables up
and
here.
they're
So
pretty heavy, aren't they?
yeah, so I mean the joists under it are huge, and they're really close together.
Yeah.
So my understanding from the old landlord is it was a purpose-built. So
this is going to be the arcade in the West to go and visit.
hopefully so.
And when do you hope it will be open?
Well,
top half?
this first area is going to be mainly consoles. So it's going to actually be about 2-3 weeks. We're going to hopefully open it ready for the half-term holidays. But it's going to be mainly consoles and TVs. The rest of it, we're just waiting for the new landlord who's just taken over the building to fix the roof and replace all the windows. And then we'll start working on the rest of the building, which we're hoping to get ready for Halloween. So we want to do a big Halloween sort of launch party up here.
I'm going to come, definitely.
Yeah. Excellent.
I'm not that far away,
Not
to be
huge,
honest with you.
not a huge
You've got a
distance.
few classics here, mate.
Yeah, these are all
Defender.
waiting for last-minute restorations. This is one of the machines that's on loan to us.
Is it?
And again, it breaks down more than it works. But
Oh, it does. Well, you could put a J-Rock in it.
I have been tempted, but whatever I do has to be sympathetic because, again, it's not ours. I can't massively change
Right,
it. So
okay.
I'd have to leave everything original inside and maybe put some stuff
Well, you
on
can
the
get
outside.
an adapter loop,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can still put the original in there if you want to.
I've got 2 sets of boards, but they just keep blowing.
I know.
So,
Mine's been, my boards have not been too bad, actually. But what a fantastic game. You need that on the floor.
yeah, we definitely need that up and
Yeah.
running ASAP. So,
Chase HQ, another classic. Got a few old sofas here, mate.
yeah. I mean, there's going to be
Console area.
about 20-25 consoles up here.
Yeah.
It's going to be, so I thankfully have a reasonable collection, being a bit of a retro hoarder of console stuff as well as arcade stuff.
This is another Streets cab. It's very similar to your Gallagher downstairs.
Right.
In fact, I'm sure there's one on eBay at the moment.
I have seen one, yeah.
Yeah.
It was up for about £900 or something,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
something crazy. I like them.
This one's just been given to me as a shell with a 16-1 Pac-Man
Yeah.
in it, but we just get it
fine.
running, so
Yeah.
at least it's going.
Zachariah,
Track and field,
oh, was it?
the board's
Oh.
playing up, so we need to replace that.
Oh, I do
repair
like
that.
that. It's so cool. I like a track and field, actually. Got a couple of little old cocktails here, look.
Yeah, lots of works in progress. We hide a lot of the stuff up here.
Yeah, I can see that. It's cool that you've got the space, though.
Yeah.
Astro Fighter. Got a pool table. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be like a private club up here, man.
But the idea
Isn't it?
is downstairs we actually get a lot of visitors from out of town. We get
Yeah.
regulars from sort of Cardiff, Exeter, Southampton. Yeah, people come 100 miles plus to visit
Yeah.
us, and we've got regulars that come monthly from that kind of distance. But with so many arcades opening in the country now, we wanted something that's kind of more for the locals. So this bit upstairs is going to be more of a kind of a local gaming environment where they can just come in of an evening, lounge around,
Yeah,
have something to eat and drink while they're here.
that's what you want.
And
Yeah.
obviously, they'll be good for the out of towners too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you've got to have a console set up as well.
Oh,
I think
definitely.
It's all part of it. I mean, I've made my arcade sort of half arcade and half dedicated to console stuff because we all were brought up with the Spectrum and
yeah, that's where I started.
all the consoles,
Yeah,
weren't we,
Spectrum
as well.
is my beginnings. The Spectrum.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, it's going to be great, mate. Really cool. Well, thanks for showing us that.
no problem at all.
Right, Stuart,
Hi,
thank you
yes.
so much for letting me have a little wander around
No,
in here.
you're very
It's
welcome. Thank
absolutely
you.
Awesome.
Thank
You've
you.
been here for 8 years.
8 years now, yes.
Yeah, and you're going to move upstairs. You're going to make a console area.
Yeah,
Sort of a little mini club area, really.
pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be. We're looking to open starting weekday evenings as well as weekends when
Yeah.
upstairs is finished. So
I can see you've got a few old classic arcade
Yeah.
games. Will they be up there as well?
they will be. Yeah, once they're
Yeah.
up and running, they'll be up there. Yes.
Oh, that would be awesome. You open Friday and Saturday night,
Friday night and then Saturday daytime and Sunday daytime.
Saturday daytime. When you move up there, do you reckon you'll be open more?
We'll start extending our hours.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
definitely.
awesome, yeah. It's funny seeing this. You obviously got a lot of passion for the video games. Where did you go back in the day? Where did you start out?
When I was a kid, I used to live in a village, so I didn't get to go to arcades very often.
Yeah.
They were just something I'd see on day trips or if I went on holiday. So it wasn't until I was in my sort of early sort of mid-teens, that'd be like the late 80s, I was old enough to sort of get on the bus and go somewhere myself. So I used to go to sort of Burnham-on-Sea and Weston-super-Mare were my main haunts,
Right,
which I'd
okay.
probably go to maybe once every month or two.
And what's your favourite game?
Back in the day, I used to like Splatterhouse. That was one of my favourites at the time. I used to like playing Gallagher. I used to like playing like the old classics like Space Invaders, just because they were quite easy to use and play.
That was the one that drew me into the.
Yeah.
That's the game that got me into the hobby of Space Invaders.
Yeah.
It was such an incredible game.
But I would try almost anything once. I didn't really like the sports style stuff, but anything kind of shooty, actiony, sword fighty, I'd pretty much try anything.
Yeah. And then when you went home, did you have a console at home? You could sort of live out those arcade memories.
Early 80s, I got my first Spectrum 48 Plus for Christmas, so and that's where it really all started for me.
Yeah. So good days. Fun
Very good days, yeah.
Well, you've amassed a fantastic collection.
Thank you.
I'd love to come down here and help at some point. I'm sure
Yeah,
you'd let
yeah.
me.
Definitely,
work something out. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
there's a lot
Guys,
to do.
you have to come and see Stuart at the Bridgewater TimeWarp Arcade. Absolutely amazing place. Stuart, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
for that.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Well, that was his arcade, but it's not finished yet, guys. We're going to have a quick look around at his shop, Insane Games in Bridgewater. Check this out. Right, this is Stuart's shop in Bridgewater, Insane Gaming. This is it, guys. It looks really, really cool. Look at this. Loads of cool toys. Where'd you pick half these toys up? On the car boots, Stuart?
Most of them people bring them in to trade or sell.
Oh, trading, yeah.
We do with the trade-in models.
Yeah.
So
Mugs,
obviously we have suppliers where we want new stuff as well.
clocks, posters. You got it all. Switch games. Let's see what Switch games you got. I'm going to have to get that while I'm here. I've been after this for ages. Is that looks like the old PlayStation game. Or is that a new version? Got some cool stuff in here, man. PS4, loads of PS3, PSP. It's quite collectible at the moment, PSP.
Yeah, big one went up the price.
Yeah. Xbox 360. Xbox One, you've got all the new stuff. You came for everyone in this, Stuart.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Amiibo. Some toys here. PS1. PS2. Loads of Wii. Wii U. DS. You've got it all. Game Boy Color. GameCube. I'm going to have a good old rummage through this in a minute, Stuart. You know I am.
Yeah, please do. Even Amiga, Spectrum.
Even Amiga and
Even the vintage
Spectrum.
stuff we like. Just don't see anyone.
You don't see Spectrum games anywhere in a shop, do you?
And every cassette has been tested.
Really?
Yeah,
By
I take,
you?
I take everyone home and I test them all.
God, I had that. I had that. I don't think I ever did it. I just remember that cover. So cool. Mate, I love it when you see Spectrum games in the shop. Loads of DVDs. Mate, this is brilliant.
Okay, yeah, we're doing this now for 26 years.
26 years. What, you've had this shop for 26 years?
This one here, we've moved this one around, but our first shop in Wells opened
Yeah.
in February 1996.
Right.
So yeah, we've been doing the shops for 26 years now.
You've got 3 shops.
3 shops, yeah.
Yeah. And they're all similar sort of layout, are
They're
they?
all quite different actually.
Are they?
Our street shop is kind of nice and wide, very well lit. This was an experiment with LED lighting. Didn't work, it's too dark.
Yeah.
And then we've got a shop in Wells, which is our very first shop. It's really small, but because it's so small, everything is floor to ceiling. It's really, really packed in.
A lot of retro.
So, quite a bit of retro in there.
Yeah.
'cause
Well, how
we've got
far is
little-
Wells from here then?
Wells is about 20 miles from Bridgewater. So.
Right, okay. Is it on the way back to Swindon or is it the other way? Is it more west?
Yeah, it's a little bit off on a
Is it? I
tangent,
was thinking
really,
maybe
yeah.
could pop in there on the way back home. We've got a couple of little CRTs down there. Got some books, magazines. And we've got some Super Nintendo, guys. Look at this. Bit of Sonic going on up there. DS. That's okay. Try not to get on camera. There's no escaping me. It's awesome, mate. I love it. Love it. You got Warhammer as well. They all go together, don't they?
Yeah.
And some lovely Dungeons and Dragons dice. brilliant. Fantastic. Well, guys, if you're ever in Bridgewater, come see the Insane
Games.
Insane Games. You've got a website as well?
Or Facebook. We have got
Facebook,
websites on
yeah. And check out your arcade, TimeWarp Arcade.
Thank you very much.
Well, what a day it's been. What a fantastic day. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. What a place TimeWarp Arcade is. Guys, if you're in the area, you must go down. It's in Bridgewater. It's open Friday, Saturday, and I think Sunday as well. I think this would be an awesome event for a UK VAC meet. Somewhere different, somewhere where we haven't been before. So hopefully maybe this year we might arrange a UK VAC meet at the TimeWarp Arcade. Stuart's a top bloke. I love his selection of games because it's a real mishmash of arcade games that we used to have back in the day. It really did feel like an old English arcade. All those street cabs, all those jammer cabs. It's just exactly how I remembered it. You did a fantastic job there, Stuart, and thank you so much for inviting me down and doing this tour. I really appreciate it, and I hope through this video you get more business because you need it, and we want arcades like yours to stay open. And I've got to say a huge thank you to Stuart as well, because while I was in his shop, I picked up Hotline Miami collection for the Switch, and he kindly gave this to me for doing the tour for him. So Stuart, I really appreciate it. I've been after this game for ages. Thank you so much. Guys, go and check him out. Awesome guy. That's the Bridgewater TimeWarp Arcade. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.